Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Rome 2 Total War. So, we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. We're actually going to be watching not watching a replay. This is actually a head to head campaign I was playing with Arius, and I believe this is going to be one of my new kind of short Let's Play series. Now, the big kind of. I like to showcase a mod in my Let's Plays and do kind of a shorter Let's Play. So what we've done is the main mod that we're showing off is the shuffle mod for Rome 2 Total War. This basically changes the position of everything. So I'm playing as Massilia, but I'm going to start out in Antioch, kind of in the Syrian area and Turkey area. We also have a large group of other mods, but that is kind of the main one that we're going to be showcasing. Some of the other big ones include like gem effects and there's a huge list, like 20 or more mods that we're using. But also Arius has made a mod called Project Arius, mostly tweaking of stats and stuff, especially with like shield wall, making shield wall a more common thing. Anyone that's got a shield that's so big basically gets a shield wall, and tweaking stats along those lines. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to talk about too much during this because we decided, I suppose I decided that since, I don't know, we weren't, I was kind of tired, so we weren't talking a whole lot during the actual campaign parts, a little bit of bullshitting here and there, but I suppose for at least this episode, you're not going to hear our commentary during the campaign parts just because I'm just going to commentate over it because I didn't feel like there was enough explanation going on of what I was doing, mostly because I was trying to keep it secret from him. But I'm going to try and rush my military technology is what you see me doing. And you can see that my starting position is Antioch and Tarsus down there in Syria and Turkey area. So I need food right off the bat, so I'm going to upgrade my port there into the food port, and then I'm upgrading the shrine there into a shrine for Poseidon. I guess I don't do it right now, but I do it. I promise. And so he's not too far away. He's just above and to my right. He's up in kind of the Armenia area, kind of the Caucasus Mountain area. I keep looking up there. He's just right on the other side of that province of Samosata that you see on the other side of me. And he's playing as the Aravaki, so it should be an interesting battle once we get closer to each other. For now, though, my plan is to make peace with the Cimbri, which is that Germanic tribe that owns Samosata and Mazaka right north of me. I want to take Swabia out pretty quickly, though, so I'm going to try and use that army that's in Tarsus to move over there to Side and Iconium and try and take those and wipe Swabia off the map pretty quickly so that I can control kind of this Eastern Mediterranean area. I'm also trying to get as many trade agreements going as possible. Although I don't know how much of that you see in this first little bit. But as you can see, the shuffle mod, changes the location, so I have to start these buildings from scratch pretty much, building them up as I go. Just taking a look at the map, you can see there are Ardun and Massalia close by to me as well, controlling the other part of Syria. However, for the time being, I don't have any kind of plans towards them. Later on in the campaign, I'm going to want to try and take them out and control all of Syria, if possible, before I go fight Arius and his Aravaki soldiers. Whew, quite the mouthful here. But yeah, so one of my problems is that Antioch is actually one of the closest cities I'm going to be able to get to him. So I have to protect Antioch because Antioch is my capital, and in a head-to-head campaign, you have to take the enemy's capital to win or destroy their faction. But I mean, those two things kind of go hand in hand. So it should be interesting. It should be interesting indeed. I don't know what he's up to up there in the Caucasus region, but I guess we'll find out. So I've gone ahead and skipped a turn or two here. I can't remember how many, but I just want to speed things along. As you can see here up in Tarsus, this is my faction leader, and I'm just kind of trying to build up the military building chain in Tarsus, as well as recruiting units into that army, as quickly as possible, just so that I can. Well, that's the army that's going to have to go over to Side and take it from the Suebi. So I'm slowly trying to upgrade it. As well, I'm trying to quickly increase my cultural influence in the surrounding area, because since it's shuffled everything up, I'm not surrounded by Hellenic group. Well, I guess Massilia isn't anyways, but I'm surrounded by just random groups: Germanic, Hellenic, Eastern, and so I have to quickly create those types of buildings. I'm also like downsizing my army over there in Antioch, because I'm not at war with anybody over there, and I don't intend on being for a little while. So I'm just forcing all of my economy to go into Tarsus and into that army that is there. Jumped ahead another turn here. Rome is at war with the person in Syria just below me. Just constructing some different things here. Yeah, here I start to, I focus on Antioch first, since it's my capital, and kind of building it up. But I am now here in Tarsus trying to upgrade my city and my my military buildings, so that I can build better better units. I believe that first one only allows me to build Levy Freeman and the skirmisher units, but I want to be able to build hoplites and light hoplites and all that fun stuff, which I believe I can actually now. Never mind, I told you wrong, but I am focusing there on the military research, so that I can get my top tier units quickly, because this isn't going to be a very long campaign, because we're pretty close to each other. I mean, obviously there's going to be some expansion as we try and like get a good firm foothold in this area, and then basically once it's just me and him left in this area, we'll probably start moving in on each other. But we're not just going to be aggressive and go straight for each other right now. It's going to happen relatively quickly, but it's going to happen naturally. Basically, as we kind of extend our influence into Turkey and kind of that Armenia area, because he's actually in Armenia is where his territories are. So I'm not that far away at all from him. I'm only separated by one single territory. So should be interesting. There we go. I've completed my stuff. I'm now making enough food to support my increased city buildings. And I'm also trying to build a bigger army here. I have a couple hoplites, Levy Freeman, some slingers, not skirmishers. I got some Celtic warriors being built. I can't remember how I do the army. I think I do 4 Celtic warriors, 4 hoplites, and 4 light hoplites. Or maybe it was 2 hoplites, 4 Levy Freeman, 4 Celtic warriors, and 4 light hoplites. And just 2 of the hoplites. We'll see. But it is going to be a kind of push for me to try and take Suebi down as quickly as possible. So we'll see how long it takes me to do that. And coming up here, we actually have a battle between Arius and I believe the Gutanez. We'll have to see when the battle pops up. But he's able to ambush an army that he's at war with, because he's trying to solidify his power in Armenia. So he was able to get his army into an ambush stance and successfully ambush them. So I play as not the ambushers, but the receivers of the ambush, and it's not a very fun battle for me. It's over pretty quickly. But that is up next. So I hope you enjoy. We're gonna go back to my the kind of live commentary between the two of us during this time, just because since there's some action going on, we're a little bit more lively, and I think it's a little bit more interesting than me just muting the audio from me and him talking and then me just talking over it. Not quite as fun, but yeah, that should be coming up any second now. So you guys enjoy that, and I will talk to you when we're back from that.
Fell for it.
Battle of Mitskek.
Like, it's one of those like abbreviations where you just say somewhere in Turkey. The movies, they say that.
Yeah.
Somewhere in Turkey. We don't know where, but
it's a very important battle of 271 BC between the Gutones, the lone fighters, and the flaming swords of Nito, or of the Aravaki.
All the blue tulips. It would have been nice if you threw some more colors of tulips in there, like orange and like red. Not just like neon blue.
Oh, I just have to wait for this, don't I? My inevitable doom.
Yeah. No, I do get flaming balls, but we're not actually in a hilly area where I can use the pass on flaming balls.
Yeah.
Flaming balls are pretty funny, but I literally get to spawn like right next to you because we're on that ground.
It's been a long time since I fought an ambush battle. I rarely go for an ambush myself, but that's just because I'm sometimes too impatient to do it.
Yeah.
How do you trigger one? Like you set up in the woods and then wait for somebody to pass
Yeah,
by?
you go into ambush stance.
Oh, okay, there's a stance for it. Gotcha.
Yeah, there's a stance, and it costs like 50% of your movements. So, but it's quite good because if they run into you, I mean, you can see how vulnerable you'd be even if you had a full stack army.
Oh yeah. Be really easy to lose it all and they automatically get to ambush you though if you are in forced march, right? And they attack you. Is that how it works?
Forced march?
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't remember. It's quite possible though. Yeah, I get to spawn like 50 feet, like not even 50 feet away from your guy.
Nice. Yeah, this should be interesting.
I want to get everyone set up so I don't take them off. Alright.
Oh. Our hidden units have been discovered. Oh. Oh, shite. No! Charge! Show these Aravaki scum. My club levy instantly wrecked. Fight! It's just a random horse that goes running through the middle of the fight. Yeah, absolutely no chance of winning that fight.
See, that's what I mean. See how vulnerable they are? I want to make sure this army is completely dead, so I'm going to continue.
Alright. They're running straight for your spearmen there, your slingers.
No survivor.
Some of the club levy have axes.
Yeah, it's just a graphical thing, even though they don't actually have axe.
Oh, that guy's
Guys
fucking
are
dead.
running into the woods into a hail of javelin.
That sucks to be you, man. Absolute massacre. Look at this.
I would say that was successful.
Just in case.
There isn't really a point to saving the battle.
No.
Not much you can do about a campaign with saving battle.
Alright, so that was the first battle of our campaign together. Obviously, since it's head-to-head, I get to play as the enemy AI. Kind of a way for us to slow each other's progression down. We have made the decision that if the battle is 90% or higher, that we can just auto-resolve it. If not, we play it out, and you have to be the enemy AI. We've been playing it so that when we are the AI, when we're playing as the AI's faction in a battle, we haven't been going like full on, all out, trying to completely knock them out. But we don't take it easy on each other either, if that makes sense. Try and cause some damage, but we still want to eventually meet each other on the field of battle instead of just having the AI knock them out in the first place. But this is one of my last turns before I begin my invasion into the Swabian Germanic lands. Just making sure that my army here in Tarsus is up to code. The first Massilian Legio, yeah, something like that. I have been able to get some trade agreements. I've been trying to get one with Rome for a long time, but they just have not been very happy about it, so it's not happening anytime soon. But one of my biggest things, I want to try and get Cimbri, the Germanic clan just north of me, to become allies with me and use them as a kind of a wall against him. And this is the turn where I now have my full 20 stack of my Massilian Legio, however you say that. So I'm moving over towards Swabia. I haven't declared war on him yet, but I will next turn. I just want to be close enough to actually attack Sade. But for now, I'm pretty happy to just move there in between that mountain passes and enjoy the beautiful fall scenery. And you can see that my my army's pretty good for an early game army. But now we are going to jump over to that battle where I invade city, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Holding force with a bunch of cheap archers.
Oh, maybe we won't have to fight this. It's 88%. We'll just fight it so there's a fight in the second episode.
Yep. Other than my 3-minute ambush. Oh. Oh yeah, well that's a nice army. Yeah, that's a lot better than what you started out with.
Yeah. Yeah, last time it was the 2 hoplites, then Levy Freeman spam.
Yeah, Levy Freeman. So you got some good Celtic units to be like meat shield, like Levy Freeman. And you have good charge Celtic war. You have like the sturdiness of hoplite, and then the versatility of light ones. And then you have your Paeus.
Yeah. I think this should go well. I can't recruit any more cav at this point anyways, so one will have to do. I mean, against Swabia, it's not a big deal. Not having a ton of cav definitely helped me, but
I would really prioritize getting Massilian cavalry. They're like a super cheap heavy cav unit that's actually really good and it's super cost efficient compared to other heavy cav units.
Oh really?
Doesn't do very well against other like elites, but
Is my phone letting off? Actually, there's still some some cultural misgivings between my factions, so we'll have all the Celtic warriors attacking this spot and that spot.
a little bit of roll.
Yeah.
That's what I always like to do when I play. Make things a bit more realistic.
Yeah, I'm almost done here. Alright.
Yeah, this is gonna go terrible. Alright, I have a reinforcement going up behind you.
Let's see. Yep. Oh, you do have units behind me, don't you?
Yeah.
I just see them out of the corner of my eye. Let's see.
I usually just look at any map.
What do you got? Woden has spears. Just that one Woden has spear?
Yeah, that's it. That's all the guy had. He just had. It's probably an AI army where they just spam army. All my naval units pushing. Just be really careful how you use that Hippeus, because Woden has spears are cab killers.
Yeah.
General! Understood! Understood!
But they do not like being charged.
No, they do not.
And the thing is too, with Cav having more health, they're a bit more survivable now. They don't just like start losing guys after the first charge.
Yeah. Not that slingers are going to do too much damage to them, but I think it's worth Worth a few volleys into him.
Oh,
Devastating.
was one of their generals.
Orders understood.
One more charge ought to do it.
Your orders as you command. Prepare Lancers. Orders understood. Slingers. Get ready. Waiting. For the main forward.
One final charge. Nice. And that is the end of that.
Light Hoplites. Hoplites. Form phalanx. Commander. Orders. Light Hoplites. Double time. Hoplites. Full phalanx. Warriors. You have our spears. Grab mercy.
Yeah, big blocks. The hoplites just start walling down these streets. Kind of like a riot squad if you think about how
Yeah.
present-day police tactics works.
Yeah, very, very similar in
Move it.
how they do things.
Ready. Get running. We'll kill them all. What are you waiting? Understood. Run, curse you.
Hoplites moving up. Ooh, they're taking some pretty good hits though from those guys there.
Yeah,
Let's
javelins are
see.
pretty potent. They throw them quite quickly, but they have very low ammo.
Yeah.
Move it. Rah! Warriors, eager for skirmishers. Warriors, move out. Warriors. Battle ready. Ready. Levy freemen. Forward.
Let's see.
Battle ready. Orders. Light Hoplites. Yes, Commander. Slingers. Take aim.
Hoplites versus Germanic tribesmen. It's not going to go particularly in your favor, is it? Wait, your general is a longbow hunter?
Yeah.
Skirmishers.
Huh. That's interesting.
He came on a ship, so
Ah, I see. Oh, that's right. I have 4 of those light hoplites. I forgot. All right, men, we've broken the enemy. Push in.
force us into a wedge. Old men to the last one.
Fuck it.
Huge ass pull through.
My men have gained heart and wish to kill the enemy general. So they're breaking formation and charging. Nice. Boom. And that is my first new settlement. Took a few losses there. Your javelins definitely were able to hurt my hoplites even in phalanx, but not enough
Yeah.
to stop them.
Oh no.
And that's going to do it for the first episode. we got a little bit of campaign movement going on. He was able to get an ambush battle and finish off some of the Gutanez who were rallying to protect their homeland. And I think that allows him to secure Armenia, and then I'm able to secure Sidi, and my war with the Swabi shall continue into the next episode. Excuse me for that burp. And we'll kind of see how that campaign goes in the future. But for now, I hope you have enjoyed this Shuffle Mod head-to-head campaign for Rome 2 Total War, and I will see you guys in the next one, and hopefully we can defeat the filthy, disgusting Aravaki and Arius. I'm coming for you.